Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is day 6 of the 30 Days of Magic in Action series. And although the 30 Days of Magic in Action series is a private group and it is only for my clients, what I have to say today, I thought I would share it with everyone um, here. And so what is it that I'd like to talk about today? So every day I've been sharing a tool or a few tools to create more magic in your life. And one of the tools that I have been using a lot, which has actually created so much ease and peace and joy in my universe, is allowance. And I'd like to talk a little bit more about allowance. So a few months back, I started asking to have more allowance. I started asking to have no judgment, and I started asking to have vulnerability. So, what is the meaning of allowance? Allowance is where everything is just an interesting point of view, and where you are neither aligning and agreeing with something, nor are you resisting and reacting to something. Okay. And so I started asking to have more allowance for everyone and everything in my life. And I started asking to have no judgment for everyone in my life and everything that is showing up in my life. And I also started to ask for more vulnerability. Vulnerability is where you have no barriers to receiving anything. So you don't have any walls around you to people, you don't have any walls around you to places, you don't have any walls around you to anything that is showing up in your life. And initially, I thought that nothing was changing and nothing, like I did not have a lot of allowance, I didn't have no judgment, I didn't have a lot of vulnerability. And a few days back, I was on a walk. And as I was on my morning walk and I was listening to the sound of the birds chirping, and I, felt the cool breeze on my skin, I looked at all of it and I went, wow, the earth has so much allowance for all of us. We do all kinds of really horrible things to the earth. We are doing things like fracking, and we use the earth, we abuse the earth, and the earth just keeps gifting to us. The earth just has this level of allowance for everyone and everything going on. And I thought, what if I could have allowance like the earth has allowance, and what if I could, so I, that was one conversation. And the other thing was that, I found that I was judging myself. And I thought, what if I could see me as the earth sees me? Because the earth has no judgment for me. The earth has total allowance for me. So I just asked this question, what if I could see me as the earth sees me? And just perceive that energy. Can you perceive how, the energy just opens up and it just becomes light? And, all those judgments that you have in your universe about you kind of just melt away and they just vanish. So what if I could see me as the earth sees me? Wow. And then I realized the other thing that I judge a lot is actually my body, right? So I started asking, what if I could see my body as the earth sees my body. And oh my God, can you perceive that energy that is showing up? Can you perceive like how the earth sees your body? Which is this amazing, your earth sees the body as your body as so amazing, so phenomenal, so wow. It's just amazing, isn't it? So what if I could see my body as the earth sees it? And then a few days back, I was in this funky situation with a relationship, and the person that I was interacting with was really judging me a lot. And I found that really, really, really uncomfortable. And I also realized that I was judging them because they were judging me, And how often do we do that in relationships, right? So I just asked, what if I could see this person as the earth sees them? And immediately all that funky energy just, disappeared. And I could perceive that energy of how the earth sees them, which is so phenomenal, which is so amazing, which is so fantastic. And I had never been able to see this person like that before. And in that moment, I realized that all the barriers that were there between me and that person had just melted. And I was in this total space of gratitude for them. I was in total space of allowance for them. And I just, had like my heart had kind of melted, you know. So think about any person that you are in relationship with. This could be your spouse, your children, could be one of your friends, could be a colleague, anybody, And what if you could see them as the earth sees them? Whew, wow. And now, think about some situation that is going on in your life, something that is creating angst for you, something that is irritating you, something that is not really working for you. And then can you perceive all the judgments you have about that situation, all the points of view you have about that situation, all the things of why me, why does this keep happening to me, and this is wrong and it shouldn't happen, and all of that, right? And now just look at that situation and go, what if I could see this situation as the earth sees it? And do you see how the energy just shifts and changes? And it's that energy of all is well here. And it's almost like the only thing that stops us from receiving everything that we desire is our points of views, our judgments, our conclusions, projections, expectations, and all of those. Right? And now think about something that you would like to create in the world. And, something that you've been struggling to create for a really, really, really long time. something you've been doing a lot of work on it and it has just not been showing up. So now get the energy of that and just ask, what if I could see this creation as the earth sees it? And wow, can you perceive the amazing energy in that creation? Can you perceive what phenomenal stuff is there in that creation? And you've been judging you, and you've been judging that creation because it has not been showing up in this physical reality. So, what if I could see this creation as the earth sees it? Now, what else would you like to change in your life? Would you like to change something going on in the earth? So, think about that. Maybe it's the government in your country, maybe it is, someone who's using and abusing. Maybe it's something you've heard on the news. Just bring it to your awareness and just ask, what if I could see this as the earth sees it? And so, thank you so much for watching this, listening to this, and use this tool that I have shared. And I'd love to hear from you what actually opened up for you, what shifted and changed for you as you were going through this little guided play with me, as you asked all these questions with me. And I'd love to see you in the 30 days of Magic in Action series. So if you read the description below, there is a link to join. So feel free to check it out and come play with us. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.